From the 502, where we rep it true. Cardinal red, black and white, that's our crew. Ballin' hard on the court, scoring touchdowns too. Louisville's finest, we're coming through. Young center pack, freedom, all memories. Gridiron legends, Cardinal legacy. From Muhammad Ali to Lamar Jackson's fleet, we put on for the city, can't you see? Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep them raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Derby City flow, southern hospitality. Slugger feel the church, or we got duality. BB and who, we the real Kentucky. Cars fly together, that's our reality. From the west end to the east, Cardinal pride don't never cease. Throw your wheels up, let them know Louisville's here to run the show. Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep them raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep them raised to the feeling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, Louisville taking over.
That was tough. That was tough. That was tough. That was agonizing. That was a roller coaster of emotions. I felt like that was an entire season in one game. That was the best way to sum up. That game was the perfect way to sum up our entire season. It was the perfect culmination of our entire season. Did we leave food on the table? Was it a, not just, did this game feel like a building block or food left on the table? A stepping stone? Or did we not finish our breakfast? Stepping stone or food on the table? How does it feel right now? Smorgasbord, good word. Where was the most food left on the table, in your opinion, Robert? Shout out to everybody in the building. Broly, Reggie, lovely lady Lauren, keeping these YouTube streets safe. Thomas, G Mister, DJ, what's good? Alicia's in the house. T Rizzle's in the house. A villain's in the house. Let's do it. Let's get these comments up here. The face tells the story. well, those are kind words. I don't know how much comfort I can provide, but we here. We are here making it happen. Salute, G Mister. Salute for sure. I didn't listen to Izzo yet. But I'm game. If y'all do want to listen to Izzo, if you do want to listen to Coach Kelsey, I am game. This will be, when we listen to Coach Kelsey, it will be compliments of Matthew McGavick, if he would allow me to replay his footage for the press conference. Gosh darn it. That's what I definitely am not looking forward to, that conversation. Second year was a success, in my opinion. Louisville recruiting report. Oh, man. Okay. Let's keep it running. In the grand scheme of things, PK looks like he gets it and he's on the right trajectory. Food on the table. Who is worth bringing back? Only two I want to return is Woolley and Roots. Tell the G League PG that was scared to play hit the portal too. What do you mean? He dodged a question or dodged an interview? Shit. They're 55. Got some legs on him. Gauge the amount of fun you had this season. Was this a fun season? Slam Tanner, I'm glad you made that comment. Was this a fun season? I don't even want to see that yet. I am not prepared to see interviews of Ryan Conwell. Mm-mm. 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 That would be tough to watch. Ship videos out avatars. Boom. Boom. Just making sure we got everything right. Yeah, we good to go. I had fun. I had fun during the Kentucky game. What? That's the only game you enjoyed? Yeah, no, he's not. And if he did that would feel disrespectful right after the loss. Oh, you mean on the radio? He's the target, or he's a good pin cushion at the moment. The producers on the team. Mm. Yeah, Michael Brown's just naturally gonna get his share. Like I said, those preseason expectations mixed with the talk, mixed with the uncertainty of of his injury, the uncertainty of game to game if he's not going to play. So it felt like at some point, people were just waiting for him to just pull the rug at before every game. So it's a big combination of factors that makes him a mark for this. Mm. Not Mark like I'm name calling me. Mark looks like he's a target for this one. Just get the pub off of it. Red State, no notification. Anybody, if you didn't get any notifications on the YouTube channel, please take a second to just hit the notification button, turn it off, and turn it back on. Listen, don't be so sure you might not get them again. Listen, Case and Pryor might have another year eligibility, right? He was gone anyway. I feel like 3 of our bigger NIL guys had their minds on the Caribbean. Who? Who do you think? Who do you think wasn't Who do you think wasn't focused? Are you talking about just this game? Are you talking about late season? Are you talking about the entire season? I get my notification from Twitter. Now YouTube, they listen. I think there's a conspiracy. I think there's a there's a Kentucky fan at the YouTube headquarters messing with my channel. We can have that conversation tonight if you want to do it. But I am extremely not happy about the, like I said, we're gonna find out more over time. But there's has to be more to the case and prior story. If Case and Pryor, gets back in the portal and starts talking, ooh, that might get crazy. You mean between Michael and Kobe? which part? So it's a money thing with Michael. Now, for y'all who don't know, this comment right here, this is how you know your girl Lauren know her stuff. Zoo's fundamentals. We needed Zoo more during the year. Sellout scheme to legit big man. It's the little things that he does right. Agreed. Slam Tana, listen. If you make it about money, you're not gonna enjoy yourself. you're not gonna enjoy college basketball. You're not gonna enjoy your team. If your emotion is tied to money, buckle up. So you're not a fan of Kanai? or you thought he should be playing less? High Point's better than you thought? Are they giving Arkansas a problem? Elaborate on this one. Upperclassmen should hold younger players accountable. Correct? Do you mean like a Michael Brown situation or a Kanai Root situation or what? But if you still can get overseas guys, the portal it's not portal now. It's professional overseas guys too. Y'all, that was when Coach wasn't playing Zoo at all, so you couldn't really see what he was capable of. Oh man, Steve's already sending me. Listen, the body's still warm, and Steve is already sending me Player names, player clips, all that. Steve was talking about the heavy. See, okay, here's the thing to address this one. Okay, if y'all want some real breakdown, here's the thing. This is I can play this game both ways. I can say not enjoyed. It looked like Frew needed harsher coaching. When you saw that video and you saw how inspired Sananda Frew looked kind of later season, definitely South Florida. When you saw how inspired Sananda Frew looked, you can say, good job, coach, or you can say, you should have been doing that all year, coach. But either way, at the end of the day, you saw the coach and the improvement in his play, the urgency, the desperation. Listen, both people can be right. Both camps can be right. Both camps can say, well, Tom Izzo does that. He rips him the second he gets on campus. Then you can say, okay, maybe Tom Izzo, he's been around long enough where he can get away with that and not lose a kid's confidence and not lose, Kelsey's in a building phase. Would I have liked to see a lot more of that urgency early on? Yes. Do I understand it's the fine line between urgency and losing players' confidence and all that good stuff? Yes. I'm pretty sure he has a medical red shirt. Depreciating asset. That'll be the key word of the NIL era. He's not running the team. He's not your A1 point. NIL, you got to remember this. NIL is name, image, and likeness. You can make money off your name, you can make money off your image, and you can make money off your likeness. The last wall of protection for college sports is pay for play, is incentivized contracts. Once it's incentivized contracts, pay for play, then it's no longer, it's already money, but it's no longer amateur athletics or anything close to amateur athletics. So that's why you're still saying NIL, name, image, likeness. Yeah, because if you ever cross the line into bonuses in contracts, if you ever start putting, performance clauses in contracts, then it's like I said, you're just another professional league. So they're still hiding behind that. It's gonna get roped back in. It's just how fast it happens. They tried a couple times. Hey, give our guys some credit. Our bigs worked harder to keep the ball out of the post than they have all year. Again, here we are tonight. I can get angrier and say, we should have had Zugrees working the post like that. We should have had guys laying in the lap of the postman, of the post presence more this season. Like these, you saw a lot of good stuff, but you saw a lot of good stuff late in the season. So again, it's improvement. It's late improvement, but it's improvement. And you can say, again, you can say it should have been like this day one, and I can both sides can argue with each other till till the cows come home about the timing of the improvement. But our guys worked hard as hell to keep that ball out of the post. You got to give them credit. Sananda Fru was fighting. Zugris was fighting. They were fighting. We weren't strong at the rebounding, like the point of attack. We weren't strong with corralling the ball in key moments. See, and that's the thing too. Like, you could tell when Zeus started playing, they trust to pass him the ball that he's going to catch the ball. He's out there with confidence. Like, they got trust in him. I don't think Coach had the same amount of trust in him. And again, I think he has some blind spots. But who doesn't? Who doesn't? Rick had blind spots. Coach Patino had blind spots. Coach Crum had blind spots. You just got to identify the blind spots. Assistant coaches got to help him identify his blind spots. He has to go back and look at his own blind spots, self-identify them, and improve them. They could just show up. Is that what you meant? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He could have been harsher. Oh, okay. But Adrian Woolley played point most of the game. Did you think he did a terrible job? If you take Adrian Woolley, take his shooting, his defense, and taking care of the ball, how much of a drop off is it from Michael Brown to Adrian Woolley? You're not comparing Michael Brown to Kobe Rogers. You're comparing Michael Brown to the starting point guard, who was Adrian Woolley. How much of a drop off is it between Adrian Woolley, or from Michael Brown to Adrian Woolley, in your opinion? Adrian Woolley defensively, Adrian Woolley with his scoring, Adrian Woolley with his leadership, Adrian Woolley with his just fighting through the screens, his control of the pace of play, just Adrian Woolley on a college basketball court, on your Louisville team. If we say Michael Brown is an 8, what would you call Adrian Woolley on a college basketball court? And if you're bold enough to take away the sexiness of Michael Brown's upside potential, and you just say, what on our team, what Michael Brown brought to the table and what Adrian Woolley would have brought to the table, or just put them both. One of them plays today and one of them plays tomorrow in the same Michigan State game. We need speed at the point. Of course we do. We need athleticism in the bigs. Of course we do. We need athletic wings. We need defense. We need, I feel you. Trust me, I feel you. I can watch a whole game and say, we need everything. We need more athleticism out of Isaac McNeely. We need better defensive effort. We need more finishing out of Ali Khalifa. We need more finishing and more athleticism out of. I feel you. Period. Sometimes it take longer for a coach to find out. Elaborate on what your high school like. What are we missing from the high school recruiting class? If you're okay, a high school player to affect your team would have to be what, top 50? So if there's only 50 high schoolers that could really affect your team, you're not going to hear about the top 50s till the last minute. I think Ruth could become a dog, but not with Coach Cal. Coach Cal recruits over a guy like Ruth in a heartbeat. Definitely. Talent. Yeah, like I said, that's a hindsight one. I generally got positive odds. High Point has the lead. Of course they do. They're gonna run Cal. They're gonna run Cal. Listen, that's the point. That's the reason Kentucky ran Cal off. I'd rather see Coach Cal winning at Arkansas than losing at than winning at Kentucky. Whew. Or I'd rather see Cal lose. No, I'd rather see Cal losing at Arkansas than having his teams at Kentucky. Whew. He definitely gets grace. Like I said, it's easy to critique. It's easy to point out flaws. Right now, it's easy. And listen, Red State, I feel you, but you pushing it with sophomores. Looking forward to next season for sure. He got to eat. Listen, he has to improve. He has to improve too. Mm-hmm. Whew. I don't know. In the college game, I get it. Pro game's different. A lot of turnovers. I don't know, Robert. You see what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the actual college basketball game. This is why you can have guys that can play great in college and not get a sniff in the NBA. Not a sniff. Oh, definitely headed in the right direction. Just we're in, like tonight, we're basically just debating the speed of the progress. Yeah. That's legit. That's legit. That is Izzo over there. That's a good, talented team. See, you see that word you just used? That word might be killing you when you say talent. Talent might take 3 years to develop. Talent might take 5 years. Talent might never develop. On a game, we're talking about defense, rebounding, running a team, just the whole thing that is college basketball. College basketball is not professional basketball just yet. Listen, I love Michael Brown's talent. But here's the thing. Is talent, what's the phrase? Availability. The best ability is availability. Do we not give Adrian Woolley credit for being ready to go? Sometimes he didn't even play. And then he played 35 minutes or 30 plus minutes. Is that not like an important product to your team? Listen, I feel what you're saying. Trust me. I feel you. I agree with your talent. I'm just saying, for a college basketball player, the metrics it's not about talent. Talent get your ass ousted quick. Talent to have a coach playing a player way too long when they should be snatched out of the game. Talent is why Zugreece wasn't playing more over Fruit early in the year. That's where talent to get you. Talent to get you. I need to keep playing Fruit and develop and develop and develop. Meanwhile, basic fundamentals and effort you got on your team with Fruit with Zoo that might have got us some wins. Now I'm not arguing against you. I'm just saying talent get coaches fired. Talent get everybody worked up. Let's do a little something. Okay, I'm ready. I'm proud of my guys.
All right, we're now joined by Louisville Coach Kelsey. If you'd like to open up with a statement, and then we'll take questions for the players.
I'm going too fast.
I want to congratulate Michigan State.
BRB.
Really good team. As always, every one of Coach Izzo's teams, tough, physical, discipline. They played a really good game tonight. Really proud of our guys. These press conferences and these post-game speeches to your team are the ones that you dread the most. Especially talking to your team for the last time. And when I say for the last time, I told them that's the last time that group will be together in one place, probably forever. And it's hard because the season's a lifetime. It's there. You go through so much together. You fight together. You go through adversity together. You enjoy triumphs together. The most difficult thing about those meetings is the guys that are playing their last collegiate basketball game, and one of them is sitting next to me right now, and Ryan Conwell. And I said it at the press conference yesterday. He's just one of those guys that I'll never coach another one like him. Adrian's got a lot of basketball left to play, and I'm proud of him. But those other guys, Ryan, because he's sitting right next to me, just world-class individual. Represents our school and our city and our basketball program in a first-class manner. When your best player is your hardest worker, your most disciplined guy, you got something really, really special. But just seeing those guys in the locker room disappointed, distraught, knowing that their careers are over and they're going on to their professional deals, it's really tough. But I'm very, very proud of our guys. We're well aware at the University of what the standard is in our city for our program. losing at this round in this game is not the standard, and we understand that. But these guys have a whole bunch to be proud of. We haven't advanced in the tournament in this tradition-rich, one of the best brands in college basketball in the last 8 or 9 years, and this team did that tonight. And that's something they did this over this weekend, and that's something that they should be very, very proud of.
All right, questions for the student athletes? Marquel, right here.
Marquel Slaughter, Buffalo News. Ryan, can you just sum up your career in this experience this week of getting this win and playing a team like Michigan State?
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to give all glory to God. I'm just blessed. And just to sum up, my career is just blessed. All the things I've been through, just all the places that I've, all the schools that I went to, just all the experiences that I've been able to have. I'm thankful for every piece of my journey, and I think it's a huge reason to, who I am today and why I'm here. And, I'm just thankful just to be a part of this team and just to be able to play for just a great coaching staff and just with my brothers. I will always love them for life. And, obviously it just hurts, that this is just, the end of, my college career, but it's the beginning of another. And, it just hurts just having to, just know that we don't have another game just, with my brothers. So I'm just thankful, but just in pain at the same time. So, yeah.
In the back there, sir.
C.L. Brown with the Louisville Courier-Journal. Either one of you can answer this. What did Michigan State do defensively that maybe kind of got you guys out of a rhythm in that first half?
Rick didn't even believe in Russ.
I feel like we really got some good looks, and
late
the shots
sophomore
just
year
didn't fall down. But I think we executed our game plan really, really well, and we got out in transition. We got our open threes, got downhill. Try to put pressure on the paint. They were trying to be physical with us and disrupt us. But especially in the first half, I thought we got some really good looks, and they just didn't fall. And so.
Any other questions for student athletes? If not, we'll excuse them. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Love you, buddy. Good job, Wolves.
All right, we'll continue with questions for Coach Kelsey. Up front here.
Hi, Pat. John Warren with the AP. Tom Izzo was just up here saying he's very proud of his kids because they persevered through a lot. What was it like seeing a team that maybe rose to a different level in this tournament?
Are you talking about our team or their team?
Their teams.
Could you repeat the question again? I'm
Right,
sorry.
I'm sorry. Actually, I should just start off with just asking what
Yeah,
do you make of your
technically.
team right now and what it's accomplished this season? If I could start there.
Very proud. Those guys,
He was
they
making
left
the
it all on the
tournament
floor, and that's all you can
with
ask of them.
College of Charleston. That's why you got to lose
Every
the tournament
locker
record.
room in college basketball right now, at this point of the season, I'm sure Coach Izzo or their trainer could come out and they could just talk about the thigh contusions and the fat ankles and the staples, and everybody is banged up, and our team is no different.
Fair
and
enough.
I'm just so proud of them. They fought. There are no moral victories, especially at a program
Yeah,
like
he's a sitter.
Louisville. That's for another day to talk about that stuff. I'm just proud of this group. Several games ago, we lost 2 tough road games, the last one being at Clemson. And I felt like from
That's the
that
next
moment
conversation.
on, there was just a renewed connectedness. Guys, they're always locked in. I always talk about the maturity of our team, the professionalism of our team, but I felt like the team really, really started to come together, and fought. And I thought they fought
Yeah, I
tonight.
know.
I mean, we went
I
neck
almost
and neck
turned it
with
off.
the best offensive rebound or the best rebounding team in the country. We were right there. Thought we fought. Thought we scrapped.
What's wrong with
Worked
CL
so much
Brown?
on defending the post. They go at you at the pipes. At the end of the day, you got to give number one, their point guard, his flowers. He had 16 assists, which is crazy. He's got 300 on the season, which is ridiculous. Really makes people around him better. And 55 had a huge game for them tonight and gave us a lot of problems.
28% three-point shooter.
The free throw disparity was a big a difference in the game. We only shot 6 free throws. They shot 20. And they're a hard-charging, driving, attacking team. But we try to be as well.
We should have went to the line more.
All right, go in the back there.
Pat, C.L. Brown with the Louisville Courier-Journal. Pat, when you think in terms of your first 2 seasons here at U of L and establishing a foundation that you want, what in particular are you most confident and secure that you have been able to establish so far?
What am I most confident that?
Yeah, in terms of building the foundation you wanted for this program, what are you most confident in what you've done so far in these 2 seasons?
What am I confident in? I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident in the way we go about our business, our processes.
What are you most proud of? He probably could have asked him that.
The time to reflect and figure out
what you've accomplished so
what
far.
you need to get better at. I think any competitor or anybody that wants to be great at what they do, they're always going to take a step back when the season ends, get above the trees, self-evaluate, evaluate your processes, evaluate everything. Everybody does that.
Evaluate.
Man, the wound's still fresh. Like, we just lost. To me, my whole mindset right now is on loving.
Wound still fresh. We just lost. Evaluation. What you need to get better at. People, for the next 2 weeks minimum, you're going to find out everything he needs to get better at right here, Made for the Ville. So follow this channel. YouTube is Made for the Ville. MadeForTheVille. We're just going to start printing out some shirts and fixing our team. Let's get back to it, Coach.
On these guys that are distraught and crying up here because they just played their last collegiate basketball game. Proud of what we built over the last 2 years. You've been in Louisville, CL for a long time. Unless you stand on that, that podium and the confetti's coming down, you don't meet the standard. There's 3 national championships at Louisville. I'm well aware. I know what I signed up for. I'm proud of the last 2 years. Those are fun teams to coach, great kids. Did a lot for this city, with last year's revival team. This year, we won a game in the tournament. I'm not trying to sell what we did and stuff like that. You know me, I'm about the next thing. I'm probably going to spend some time with my wife and kids tonight, if that's okay with you, just to be a normal human being and thank them for all the sacrifices that they make, because gosh darn, the wives of coaches, man, they're warriors. My dad is a 56-year car executive, and they call car executives' wives, they call them car widows, because that's some of the longest hours in retail automotive business. Basketball's right there, and Lisa Lou deserves some time tonight. So if it's okay with you, I'll get started on figuring out a way to get on that podium in about 6 or 7 hours.
All right, time for 2 more. We'll go to Jonah and then Marquella here.
Jonah Bronson with the AP. You mentioned fears in his game a little bit before. If I could ask you just a bit more how tough he is to cover, being their leading scorer and also the nation's leading assist guy and having that dual threat.
Yeah, he's good. What is he, 2nd team All-American, 1st team All-American, something like that? He played like a 1st team All-American. You got a game plan for him. You got to give him different looks.
Sparty party in the building.
We're not a go under ball screen team. We studied the crap out of him, and we thought.
Shout out to Sparty Party.
You can't give him a steady diet of anything.
Who is that? Louis
He's not
Rabeau
a great
in here?
shooter. He's a great player.
With his account.
And he's seen all the different coverages.
Louis
and I
Rabeau,
thought,
our resident ESPN
going under
Louisville,
on his
Michigan
pick and
State
rolls,
fan.
gave him some grief early in the game. he's 3 for 13 from the field, which isn't
Good night.
all that efficient, but 16 assists and 5 turnovers, that's ridiculous. And then he started getting used to it a little bit and started hurting us, so then we went back to our normal coverage, and, he's the straw that stirs the drink, man. 16 assists, 5 turnovers, and he's a bear to deal with. He's lightning in transition. As you know, Coach Izzo's deal is fast and faster, but, I don't know if you asked him that question. We're pretty hard to deal with in transition as well. Especially in that first half,
used
man.
Izzo
I
as
thought,
the prime example.
gosh, we were 4 for 18 from 3.
Listen,
I know CO asked the guys.
I'll just say it. If y'all been listening all year, I've talked about Michigan State and Tom Izzo as the standard for the fundamentals that work in the postseason. Sorry, not sorry. He's always been doing it. I played against him. I was even when it was Mo Peterson and Mateen Cleaves, it was the same level of execution. You could see it on thing. It was never overwhelming. It was just executing the little things all season that end up being a difference in the late season. I've been through it. I lived it. I've seen it on the court. So when I talk about it, it's coming from the right place. Sorry about that. Let me get back to it.
What they did, they're great. They're great in defensively, the Michigan State. But, gosh darn, I felt like we had a ton of
We
looks
gotta
that
re-recruit
normally
them.
go in, and we don't blink an eye about that. We're generating great shots. We know it's going to come, and then, in the second half, we shot it a lot better, but then they started to get loose. 11 threes for them is a lot.
I played against them.
That's a lot for them. They're
They
not a
set
great
us up,
three-point
though.
shooting team.
We played them like
and when
right
Michigan
after
State
New
makes
Year's.
11 threes,
I felt like
or is that
if
what it
we
was?
would've been
Yeah,
fresh,
they made
we
11
got
threes.
them.
They shot 42% from 3, 55.
Don't play
God bless him,
Michigan
man.
State.
He played
on
a heck of a game.
January
He's
1st and
above
January
the rim,
2nd.
dunks it
Coach, what was wrong
sideways,
with your
lobs
schedule
up.
that game?
When he's banging 2 threes and that one right in front of their bench, that was freaking huge. You got to give him credit. Big number 15. He's a really good player. I think that might have been his first 3 on the entire year. Second out of 35 games or something. It's not the reason we lost the game, but they shot it really well, and we didn't anticipate them doing that.
All right, last question right here, McCall.
What's your boy
Marquel Slaughter,
saying?
Buffalo News. Coach,
The
kind
blacklist.
of going off of what
can't
Jonah
think of
was
his name.
saying about fears.
Raymond Reddington.
When you playing a point guard that passes that well, are you more concerned about the on-ball defender, how they guard, or the actions off of the ball?
All of it. All of it.
I feel-
Great point guards.
I would have let Fears.
Great
kill
point guards,
us
when you're in a
before
pick and
I
roll, they pay no
helped
attention to
off of
who's on the ball and
anybody
who's hedging the ball screen, who's helping on the ball screen. They read the help. And that's a special trait. Not everybody, the game moves that slow to them where they can manipulate everybody else and see what's going on. 300 assists on a year, you can do it, and he really can. Give him a lot of credit.
You don't like the names?
Thank you for your time, Coach.
You want him to use the names? Is that? It's like football. Football coaches don't use the names; they just use the numbers. Use names, not numbers, so you can keep with the process. Listen, I know if anybody should appreciate your rivals' advantages, it would be a Michigan State fan. I know some Michigan fans live rent-free. You mean we can't have some UK rent-frees? Damn. Tough crowd. You remember when Chris Mack came in and busted Michigan State right away? That's why we mad at Coach Kelsey, because how quick Chris Mack busted Michigan State. He's still, if he never gave credit, he's still mad at that Chris Mack loss he took. And you remember the little shimmy Chris Mack did? That was tough. That's gonna be a conversation. That shouldn't bother. Like I said, I sat in a million scout reports, and sometimes the name will get you Googling, and the name will get you focused, or the name will make you lose focus on what you're doing. So the numbers is just like saying numbers is a process. It's like when you go to the military and you're in basic training, they might call a tree and infringement on the operation. You know what I'm saying? The tree is simply a hurdle. You don't want to call it a big ass tree when you're training, because then you're thinking this big ass tree, you know. No, just say, hey, we got one hurdle right here. Is, you know, it's an electric fence. That's a hurdle. We got something over here. It's a 50-yard lake. You call it a hurdle. You don't call it a 50-yard lake because psychologically, like, you're training these dudes for a psychological mission. You teach them that they're hurdles. You call them all hurdles. You don't call them big problems. Because in your brain, when you're trying to train people to go through, you know, to invade, you know, to storm the norm, you know, storm a beach in Normandy, you're trying to train them to only see hurdle, not what kind of hurdle, what's the name of the hurdle, what's the size of the hurdle. So you just say 55. No straight line drives for 55. You know, no, you know, watch out for 55 here. Watch out, you know, 55 can he's a hurdle. Not, oh, Cohen Carr is a monster, so, you know, you need to make sure you watch him at all times. You know, nah, don't talk like that. Like, it's okay for the coach to say, hey, 55 is a hurdle here and here. This is where he's a threat. You know, 8, whoever, so and so, 3 is a threat here. And our ladies are rolling. Because you think he'll be in a doghouse with Coach Kelsey? That sounds like you trolling me. You trolling me? I'm in here. Look, I'm in here just trying to break down some Coach Kelsey and some Louisville things. Is that what we doing here? Kenny Payne won those games. LOL. I feel you. Ugh. It's gonna take some time to break that down. Duke twice, Michigan State, UNC. Ugh. And we got booted out of that tournament. So that would have changed our history a little bit had that team got to play in the tournament. Yeah, it's not rooting for him. It's just respecting his coaching acumen on the fundamentals. I've always appreciated. Oh no, you can't forget about that. And he busted the Juwan Howard Michigan team. Big problem. Listen, easier to remember and easier to forget. You don't, look, it's 48 hours of 55 and this guy, that's more important, easier to forget. Oh, Lady Cars beat Bama. See? And as soon as you get a team playing with no heart, you everybody will yell, I don't care about the talent. They need to play with heart. So you just got to find the right balance. It's tough. You got to pay the right players. You got to NIL the right players. You got to get the players with the heart and the passion, but maybe they're not as talented, but they got more heart. It's tough. It's a tough balance. Okay, if y'all gonna keep telling me how good all the basketball is, you know what? I'll just end the show. Maybe I'll start the show tomorrow. The show's been going on an hour, but we always break it down at the end. We break it down the same way. Y'all want me to go. Y'all don't like me. I can tell y'all don't like me. Everybody's talking about how lit all the basketball is. Like you tired of the Midnight Family.
From the 502, where we rep it true. Cardinal red, black and white, that's our crew. Ballin' hard on the court, scoring touchdowns too. Louisville's finest, we're coming through. Young center pack, freedom, all memories. Gridiron legends, Cardinal legacy. From Muhammad Ali to Lamar Jackson's fleet, we put on for the city, can't you see? Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Derby City flow, Southern hospitality. Slugger feel the church, we got duality. BB and who, we the real Kentucky. Cars fly together, that's our reality. From the west end to the east, Cardinal pride don't never cease. Throw your wheels up, let them know. Louisville's here to run the show. Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the feeling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, Louisville taking over.